Yes, so welcome back. The election countdown. Just a few days to go. I call it a few days because even though it's 20 plus days, it's still a few days. You're welcome once again to Mandate 2015. And like we said at the beginning of the program, we'll be talking about true democracy. Is it the practice in Nigeria? And joining us for this discussion, we have Mr. GT Oguye, who's a legal practitioner. You're welcome, sir.
Thanks for inviting me.
And,
yes.
Nice having you, as usual.
Thanks so much.
And how is it with you, your preparation towards the
For the election.
Well, the preparation wouldn't be as a partisan or somebody who's contesting an election will prepare, but for being a part of the electorate, I'm pretty much prepared to exercise my franchise. And unlike many of our countrymen and women who still have not collected their PVCs, not because they've not tried, but
because they don't want to.
The process, no, because the process is cumbersome and not as easy as one would have expected. I have collected my own PVC.
I haven't either.
And so I'm poised to exercise my right to freely and hopefully fairly be part of those who will elect leaders at all levels.
All right, let's start off by going straight to the topic of discourse for today. We're talking about true democracy. Maybe we start off by knowing what exactly true democracy is.
You know, time and time again, democracy, if we are to reference the Lincolnian definition, has been said to be the government of the people, by the people.
And for the people.
But essentially, a democratic government, or a democracy, is that system of government that allows the people to elect their representatives. That's why a democratic government is also called a representative government. And it is the opposite of a dictatorship or a totalitarian government, or even a monarchy. Because when we're talking about a dictatorship, be it military or civilian, or a monarchy, the people in that system will not be able to freely elect those who are going to represent them. So democracy is the representative government. And so the test of true democracy is really how representative that government is, how representative it is. And now, as scholars have opined time and time again now, how promotive of development that government is. Because we need to be very clear. Democracy is not an end by itself. It's a means to an end. Why would people prefer a representative government to a dictatorship, to a monarchy, to a one-man government? Why would they prefer? Is it just because they just want to engage in the ritual of periodic election?
Change or change.
Is that why they do it? No. It's because it is a vehicle to help alleviate the suffering of the people, to develop them in all ramifications. And that's why, political scientists and scholars have tied development to democracy. That, yes, one of the ways to actually determine whether a democracy is true or not is how that democracy has helped the people, in the area of development in all ramifications. So, when we want to determine whether a democracy is true or not, there are certain parameters. I've talked about it being representative, which is the chief quality that it must have, but also there are others. What are the agents of a democratic society, talk about the free press, talk about the parliament that is working, talk about judiciary, talk about the rule of law and all that. All these are attributes of a democratic government.
So, okay, with this definition, would you or do you think Nigeria is practicing true democracy, or we still have insertions of dictatorship or militarization or whatever? Is it really true democracy we are practicing in Nigeria?
We're not practicing true democracy.
Well, why did you say that?
And we can start off from the ground norm, the basic law of the land. Yes, it's considered that, you know, the route to a constitutional democracy, meaning that a democracy that's undergirded by a constitution where you have all the basic rules defined, may not be one and the same in all climes. But there is largely an agreement that if you want to have a democratic government, the constitution that will regulate that democratic society has to be a constitution to which all the people will partake of its making. And so usually what you need to have is have a constituent assembly, a forum where people are elected into for the primary and single purpose of fashioning a constitution
to suit them.
To suit them. So if you look at that, the question to us is, did Nigeria pass that test in 1999? Did the Nigerian people participate in the process of the emergence of the 1999 Constitution? Of course, the answer is no. So it's that basic that before you start talking about how the society will govern itself and all that, people must partake of the process in which that constitution will emerge. And so it is contradictory in terms for a democratic society to evolve from a dictated ground norm. The whole process has to be democratic ab initio, right from the beginning. It has to be participatory. It has to be credible. And so when some wise men sat somewhere, you know, assuming they're wise men anyway, and then decided that this is the constitution we're going to give you, and then we then say, let's have it. And then it's been suggested, let's be amending it, and then by patchwork, Rome was not built in a day, we'll get there one day. America, you know, started several years ago, so, and all that. It's not going to work that way. So if you use that requirement, if you use that test, it will not be too difficult for anybody to answer the question that we're not practicing true democracy. Let alone how that democracy is even being practiced. Because people have argued that if you have sound democratic conduct, sound democratic disposition, sound democratic practice on the part of practitioners themselves, that even the worst form of constitution can yield
some positive results.
Democratic government. The people have argued that. So it is not the constitution that is the problem, but
the people.
The answer is that no, it is not that the people are the problem. Only the constitution is the foundational problem, because, as it is said, if the foundation is destroyed,
what can the builders do? All right. On that note, now having known that, and then we've been practicing, we've been patching it up, so to speak, we've been patching it up this long. Would it be right then to say that the creation of Democracy Day could have any impact on the people? Now we know that there's no working paper, so to speak, but maybe some people thought about this and thought Democracy Day also could rub off on it, could have us have some rethink on how to inject some sanity into the practice of democracy. Do you think so?
You know, marking a democracy day is ordinarily salutary to remind us that this democracy we have in our civil rule that we have in, it's not given. You know, Nigerians fought so hard to bring about, and the military, you know, they want to leave power.
Yeah.
So many Nigerians died, people sacrificed. Somebody was locked up in jail by a dictator for more than 5 years. In that process, his wife was killed in this country, and he didn't even know that his wife was killed. It was after the demise of that dictator when international statement, you know, intervened. Kofi Annan, who just came here about some days ago, Emeka Ayako and all that.